Now's not a good time! It's Drewski McGillicuddy's Avengers Infinity War review. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and I went and saw Avengers Infinity War. Yeah. And it took its toll on me, to say the least. I mean, I don't even really know how I'm gonna do this without spoiling anything. I guess I just won't talk about the movie. I'll just talk about how it made me feel. First of all, bravo, Marvel. I mean, you continuously set the bar high when it comes to superhero movies now. Sure, you've had your fair share of movies that weren't as good as, say, the first Iron Man or even Thor Ragnarok, because I'll be honest, I didn't really like the first Thor. It was okay, but it was enough for me to not watch the second one. But since everybody loved the third one so much, I figured I'd watch the third one, which I'm glad I did, because this movie basically takes off right at the end of the third Thor movie. But yeah, like, nothing is to be expected. Like, nothing you think's gonna happen is gonna happen. And if you thought it was gonna happen, it's probably because you heard a spoiler and subconsciously you repressed that memory. But yeah, I mean, I don't even feel like I could tell you what I thought was gonna happen, because that might ruin it for you. But I don't want to get ahead of myself, because I didn't write down notes for this. I literally just came home from the theater, and I'm not going to bother taking the time to collect my thoughts. I'm just going to let them spew out of my mouth as I sit here in front of you. One thing I can say about this movie is it has some of the best visuals in a comic book movie, let alone a Marvel movie. I mean, DC, take note. This is how you do CGI. This is how you make CGI acceptable, okay? Because Thanos was flawless, along with his minions. Now, Thanos did have some badass minions, which leads me to wonder why so many of the Marvel movies have, you know, subpar villains, you know, or bosses, whatever the hell you want to call them. Like, even his three little minions he had, because he has this chick with some goat horns or whatever, and she was a bad bitch. Then he had this thing, I don't know what the hell it was. It looked like something from Game of Thrones. Gary, shut up! Goddamn cat. Anyway, he had these real thin arms, but he had a powerful presence. Powerful presence. But yeah, there was this thing that was big like the Hawk, and he was even fighting the Hawk in the beginning of the movie, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know. This movie was long. It's hard to remember everything. So yeah, Thanos' henchmen were badass. Thanos was badass. And that leads me to my next point, I guess. I'll just bring this up. Is Thanos wrong? I mean, yeah, we've been with these characters for 10 years, okay? 10 years of our life has been devoted to watching these movies year after year for the past 10 years. Okay, so we have love and devotion dedicated towards these characters. So automatically we're going to be rooting for these characters. But then Thanos comes along and he opens his fucking mouth and you're like, how can I be mad at this guy? Like, nothing he's saying sounds like bullshit. I mean, if you think about it, you know, if we destroy, and don't think I'm crazy or I'm going to go on something. But yeah, if we had half the world's population, you know, there wouldn't be mass hunger, there wouldn't be mass pollution. Just think of all the things there wouldn't be if there wouldn't be as many people as there are, because that is, you know, a known fact that overpopulation is a big problem facing the world, and it will probably bring about extinction, because we're going to run out of food and we're going to start eating each other, and it's going to be one big fucking mess. And that's all Thanos is trying to prevent. He doesn't want everybody to turn into a cannibal and start eating each other. Because that's what we're headed to. Because, I mean, we're fucking ruining the soil. So pretty soon vegetables won't grow. So all the vegetarians are going to die off. And as soon as the vegetarians start dying off, then us meat eaters, we're going to eat the vegetarians. And then it's just going to slowly go downhill from there. And, you know, but yeah, see, I'm off on a tangent. But now that I've said that, if you haven't seen the movie yet, pay attention to everything what the fuck is his name? Thanos. Pay attention to everything Thanos says, because some of it makes a little too much sense and it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. The other thing about this movie is, like I said, the CGI looks flawless. And that's another thing. Like, you can't tell what was shot on location and what was CGI. I mean, obviously, when they're in space or on other planets, you can tell that it was CGI. But, oh my God, I can't remember what the world is. But the world where he had to go get the Spirit Infinity Stone, that was probably like one of the coolest scenes in the movie, just the way it looked. And then there's a little cameo from somebody you might not expect to be in this movie, and they look badass. They did. I wish they would have had a little bit of a bigger part. Speaking of which, I wish Groot would have had a lot bigger of a part, because for the most part, he said, "I am Groot," and that was funny. But then he spent the rest of the movie pretty much just playing on his little Tiger Electronic playing Defender. Y'all remember Defender from Atari? But not to spoil it for you, but yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Groot, you know, I could have used some more from you, but you know, there were so many characters trying to be compiled into one 2.5 hour movie, and I think they did a good enough job with what they had to go with. You know, I mean, you can't give everybody all the screen time. It doesn't work like that. But I mean, what a theater experience though, because I am gonna have to go watch it again, because I missed half the dialogue. Like I missed all the serious dialogue, because the jokes in this movie are like this, and they're not even. I don't know if they're trying, but they land like they're landing like crazy, because something serious will be going on, and then somebody will just come out with a one-liner, and you're laughing so hard that you don't hear the fucking serious part. Because there's so many really, really hysterical scenes, even going on during like trivial moments of like drama, and then bam with the comedy, and it doesn't. It's weird because it doesn't take you out of the movie. It just keeps right on rolling, and that's what was great about this movie. It didn't feel like 2 hours. And I remember towards the end of the movie, I could feel that it was coming, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then when it happens, what the fuck are we supposed to do now? You know? I mean, I can't say anything. I can't tell you. I guess I mean, tomorrow when I wake up, maybe I will write some notes down, and I'll try to get out some shit. I don't know what I can talk about without ruining stuff. I mean, I would hope that anybody subscribed to this channel loves movies enough to know that they should go out and see that opening weekend. Like, this is the movie of all movies. Like, we've been waiting for this movie. This is like Star Wars for people that aren't Star Wars nerds. I mean, I've never been a nerd per se, because, you know, I can't read and all that good stuff. But I like to look at the pictures of the comic books. But anyway, we're not going to ramble on anymore. This movie was absolutely flawless in my opinion. Yeah, it pissed me off, but it also made me happy, made me sad, made me scared. It hits all the emotions on such a monumental scale. I mean, you don't even know. Like, this is one of the best theater experiences you could have. It really is. Because you think PG-13, there's going to be some assholes, and they're going to be running off at the mouth, and da-da-da-da-da. But no, it wasn't like that. Everybody, I mean, aside from laughing so loud that I couldn't hear what the hell was going on, everybody was pretty much speechless at the end of this movie. And like when stuff was getting down to the nitty-gritty, I mean, I happened to glance around, and everybody's just I've never seen anything like it. I've never been to a movie where everybody was literally glued to the screen. And so, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to have to give this movie a 10 out of 10. A plus. And I've never been the biggest Marvel fanboy. I mean, I'm X-Men. X-Men's my thing, even though X-Men hasn't had the greatest track record with movies, but they've had some really strong ones. But the Marvel movies, I say 90% of them are definitely, you know, real high up there. But I can see why some people don't like it, because it is that cookie cutter formula. Well, guess what? This ain't that cookie cutter formula. And that's going to leave me with, you know, if you saw the movie, let me know what you think. Did you cry? Did you cry? Don't lie. Just don't be afraid to let me know if you cried. I cried a little bit, because there's this one scene towards the end when, you know, somebody is dying. Yeah, somebody dies in this movie. Can you believe it? Anyway, goddamn it, I'm rambling on again. Fucking like the video if you liked what you see here. Share the video so that other people will know about me and I can grow a little bit, because, you know, I'm doing my best. But in all seriousness, you know, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you go out and see Avengers Infinity War as soon as possible. But, you know, if they're not going to do it, somebody's got to do it. So I might as well do it myself.